Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at the gates to the City of Greyhawk from the City of Greyhawk box set from 1989. And by gates, I mean the actual portals through which you enter the city, not magical gates. These are the ones that you use to go in and walk around Greyhawk. I just thought it'd be interesting to take a look at these because they can be literal gateway to adventure. I've used some of these gates to good effect, and I have a personal favorite out of here, which I'll bring out as we go through. So just an interesting topic, I think, for the City of Greyhawk. Add a little more personality to the city. We'll take a look at the city gates. Also, please subscribe. I'm trying to keep the channel growing. It's growing nicely. I want to keep that going. Also, if you could take a look at the Patreon and help out there, that'd be great. That's it. And the commercial. Back to this. Gates to the City of Greyhawk. Today on page 121. This is a map of the City of Greyhawk that comes in the box set. I'm just showing it to give an idea of where some of the gates are. I'm going to fold the map up and I'll zoom in tighter as I describe each gate. But here we have the highway gate, the marsh gate, cargo gate, the wharf gate, Duke's gate, the Druid's gate, and then we have in the city itself, we have the Black Gate, and the Garden Gate. So I'm just going to take a look at each of the gates, and I'll show the gate closer up as I describe it as we go into the video. But I just want to give a quick overview of the map so you get an idea of what the map looks like and where the gates would be. The info on the gates comes out of the Gem of the Flayness book out of the box set. This box set is available as a PDF on DriveThruRPG for $9.99. I don't work for DriveThruRPG or Wizards of the Coast or any of them, but I just thought you might want to have a copy of your very own. But now we're going to take a look at the individual gates. All right, the first gate we're going to take a look at is Wharf Gate. And no, it's not named from the guy from Star Trek. Wharf is for the river traffic. The Wharf Gate allows river traffic to come through the city. First, the gates in general. Each gate has its own name, and they are roughly, they have a pair of wooden portals at least 12 feet high, 8 feet thick wide, so 16-foot opening and a foot thick, bound with iron. Gates can endure tremendous pounding before they fail. 4 of the gates, Black, Highway, Garden, and Cargo, are larger than the others, 16 feet in height, and a total entrance weight of 24 feet. That's because they allow bigger cargo to come through. Each gate has a big iron bar portcullis behind it. If the gate is being maintained or having something else fixed, the portcullis is dropped. Otherwise, the portcullis is only lowered in time of emergency. So the very first gate we're going to take a look at is going to be the Wharf Gate. And it's a smaller gate. This small gate is reached from the riverfront wharves by a long path that snakes up the bluff to the gate of the city wall. It's open only from dawn until dusk. It's the only gate with restrictions upon the type of traffic through it. No wheeled vehicles, beasts of burden, or livestock may pass here. In part, this is justified by the steepness of the roadway, but it also serves to limit the traffic through this stately neighborhood. This is where the upper crust lives, which is kind of neat because Shacktown's right down there. Wharf Gate's most notable feature is its splendid view it gives from its high vantage point. When outside the wall, one can see many miles of the Celantan River. The heights of the Cairn Hills stand to the north in stately majesty. On a clear day, the trees and rocks and crests are clearly visible, and looking toward the city from inside the gate brings all of Greyhawk under view. It's guarded day and night by an elite patrol of the City Watch, reinforced by a standard patrol that stay at the gatehouse. So that's Wharf Gate. And now we go past the Grand Citadel, and we come around to the Duke's Gate. The Duke's Gate's got kind of a neat story behind it. It's another one of the smaller entrances into Greyhawk. It's the entry point for all traffic into the Cairn Hills and to the southern shore of the Nerdiv, although this traffic is not nearly as numerous as that through the highway gate at the southern end of the city. Freight wagons and their escorts of soldiers enter the city here, bringing the smelted and partially processed products of the mines to the city's craftsmen and markets. The gate was named in honor of a former Duke of Ernst nearly a century ago. That Duke was a renowned sportsman and gambler. He traveled often to the Free City, partaking enthusiastically of the pleasures there. He turned each journey from the Duchy to Greyhawk and back into a hunting expedition through the Cairn Hills. His route always brought him down through the hills and through this gate. The good Duke lost so much of his wealth in the city's gaming houses and inns that the grateful populace gave the gate his name as a token of rare honor and esteem. So it's kind of a raspberry into the Duke, who's dropped a lot of money here. I thought that was kind of a nice touch for the gate. And now we come to the Druid's Gate. The Druid's Gate is actually my personal favorite. This is the one I've started many adventures with. My players have gotten to know the Druid and been sent on a couple of different adventures, courtesy of the Druid. The Druid's Gate is another small gate. It's designated by a ring of stone standing just outside the city. It's the least used gate of the city. Most of the traffic consists of goods from the outlying farmsteads and manors. It's destined for the low marketplace. It's manned by a standard patrol of City Watch with a second patrol working in the gatehouse. There's the stone ring right there. I like this gate because it's not very trafficked. It kind of became personal for my campaign. I have used it for many, many years as a launching point for adventure as the campaign is moving out of the city of Greyhawk. I've had a number of campaigns that have started in the city of Greyhawk, and I've had players get as high as 6th or 7th level without actually leaving the city. And when they do leave, I almost always encourage them to leave through the Druid's Gate, and then they meet the Druid there. And we've had a couple of adventures that have centered around the Druid and the Stone Ring. I've never named the Druid. He's just the Druid. And I've teased that it might not be the same Druid, that it might be a different guy from time to time. But I think my players kind of like that weak little mystery, so I've left it alone. So now the next gate is the Highway Gate. This is a very important gate for the city. The Highway Gate is the grand entrance to the city, the portal by which so many travelers first enter this magical realm. It, together with the Cargo Gate, remains open at all times, except, of course, during an emergency. So the Highway Gate leads directly to the processional, which leads all the way through the heart of the city. Interestingly, when you enter the city of Greyhawk through this, you're going into Old City, the old town area of Greyhawk. So the lesser area, the Thieves Guild, if you will. Highway Gate Guard Post is a prestige assignment for the troops and sergeants of the City Watch. The sergeants who perform well here can expect to move on to greater responsibilities in the service of the Captain General. Thus, the guards of this gate pay close attention to details of procedure. Of course, bribes are still accepted, but searches of contraband are pretty meticulous. Because of the experience here, the guards actually search less but find more, which I thought was pretty neat too. Highway Gate is the duty post of 2 elite patrols of the City Watch. There's also a standard patrol station in the gatehouse. So I thought that was pretty neat thing for the main gate to the city. I've always liked the Highway Gate. I've used that many times also. Now we go to the Marsh Gate. The Marsh Gate is an interesting one. It's a small gate used mainly for local traffic to farm stands along the riverbank, fishermen's docks located at frequent intervals along the bank, and sometimes an alternative to the busy Highway Gate. So if there's just too darn much traffic at the Highway Gate, you can go around to the Marsh Gate. Marsh Gate's patrolled by a standard patrol of City Watch with a second patrol in the gatehouse. Each of these has gatehouses that go up over the bridge, so just think your medieval city with the watchtowers on each side and then the arch going overhead with patrols looking down into wagons and things like that. So now we go to the next gate, the last of the exterior gates, the Cargo Gate. That's right there. The Cargo Gate, this is the other large gate leading into and out of the city. In the dimensions and diligence of its guards, it resembles the Highway Gate. Cargo Gate is the busiest of the free city's portals, bustling at all hours of the day and night with freight wagons, pack trains, porters, and carts of goods. Every manner of goods brought to Greyhawk by boat enters the city through Cargo Gate. Like the Highway Gate, the Cargo Gate remains open both day and night and is guarded by a double patrol of the City Guard, a double elite patrol of the city guard together with a standard gate garrison. So a very important gate that stays open all the time too. I thought that was kind of neat. And now we're going to take a look at the Black Gate. This is a gate that's internal to the city. So as your players are moving about the city, if they find themselves in the old quarter of the city, they're on the wrong side of the Black Gate. The Black Gate separates the old city from the new. More significantly, it separates those who have wealth and power from those who do not. Consequently, it's patrolled by an elite patrol with a standard patrol always stationed at the gatehouse. The Black Gate is closed 2 hours after sunset and remains closed until an hour before dawn. When the gate is open, the roster is diligently maintained and the guards keep a sharp lookout for fugitives. The Thieves Guild also maintains a constant surveillance on the Black Gate from a discreet location on a second-floor apartment just inside the Thieves' Quarter. So this is the old city and the Thieves' Quarters. And so there's the Black Gate, and that could be a great source of adventure. I've had my players, for reasons, have to get to or from different parts of the city during the time that the Black Gate is closed. So that means you go over the wall, but the wall is well patrolled. So you need some kind of way to get over the wall without being seen, and visibility is your friend. Potion of Flight or this fly spell are also good. Just Black Gate just creates all kinds of adventures all by itself. And now we're going to take a look at the last gate in the city, which is the Garden Gate. There's the Garden Gate right there. The Garden Gate, this gateway remains open day and night. It's watched with casual indifference by a standard patrol of the watch, though the patrol makes certain that all who use the gate sign a roster to mark their passage. There's usually no guard patrol stationed in this gatehouse, though such patrol is stationed if major manhunt is in progress or some other internal strife threatens the city. So the Garden Gate is just there because at some time the upper class wanted to be separated from the middle class. But the Garden Gate itself is really just kind of a gate. They don't really do anything with it. It's open all the time unless there's a time of emergency. But interesting, when you go through the various gates, you do have to pass under the scrutiny of the guards. They will not stop and ask you your business at every single gate, although they will have you sign some kind of roster, leave some kind of mark as to who you are, and they may jot down some kind of description. This is especially true at Cargo Gate and the Highway Gate. Highway Gate especially, they're very diligent about that. And they're going to, if you don't have a distinctive mark, you claim you're illiterate or your character is illiterate, they will go ahead and they'll write a description. You know, the barbarian's 6'7", weighs 312 pounds, and is carrying way too many swords. Something along those lines. So that's it. That's a quick look at the city gates. I like this series. I'm really enjoying doing it. Sorry I had a bit of a layoff between the two series. There are various reasons for it, but I'm back now with this. I am not just going to stay with the city of Greyhawk entirely in this series. I'm going to look at Greyhawk as the entire gaming realm. So the next video is actually going to be away from the city of Greyhawk. I will come back, but it's going to be away from the city of Greyhawk. And it's going to deal with one of the realms in the world of Greyhawk. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. This little brief look at the gates of Greyhawk. And just how amazing how something so silly as a gate to a city can be the gateway to adventure. It's very easy to craft any kind of game out of any of these city gates. And I recommend you take a stab at it. It can be a lot of fun. Not just messing with the guards either. You've got the Thieves Guild. You've got maybe a mage who's been waiting for a certain type of equipment to come into the city, or is looking for a specific magic item, so he has the gate under surveillance, anything like that. But that's all I've got to say today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked what you heard and saw. If you did, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.